some of you are busy writing down the sentences, which is fine, but what I want to do is look at these sentences and think about ways you can connect these ideas. We have lots of short pieces of information here, but they're all about the same place. All this information is connected because it's about the same place. So when you're writing, some of you, I know I have said this to you, your writing is all in small pieces and you need to connect them. Sometimes you are trying to connect them and you're having trouble, and some of you are doing a beautiful job already. So I know you're at different places with this. Let's take Deer Lake because it's in Burnaby. Here we are in Burnaby. So what do we know about Deer Lake? Deer Lake is a park. Okay. It's also a lake, of course. Where is it? It's in Burnaby. So looking at the grammar for a minute, what does it mean in this sentence? Deer Lake, and what else? What other word is the same as it? Okay, it's the subject of this sentence, that's right. So subject, verb, and it replaces Deer Lake. But in this sentence we say Deer Lake is a park. So that means Deer Lake and park are the same. And it, that's right. So Deer Lake and park and it. So we can connect those two sentences through that idea that
Deer Lake is a park in Burnaby.
Okay, that would be the easiest way to do it right there. Just take out the extra information. And in your writing, that looks tidier. It looks cleaner because you don't have to repeat it. But there's another way to do it. And I picked this example because it's a fairly simple one. How can we make one sentence with these two? How can we replace it? Which. Good. Some of you know this one. Which. Oh, you're missing a piece. Which. Okay, that's right. You can't take away is. Which is in Burnaby. Exactly. Good. So some of you know this, and for some of you maybe it's new. All right, so Adriana said, in this sentence, here's the subject, and here is the verb, is. We've now moved this sentence down to be part of a new sentence. In the new sentence, or the new part of this sentence, here's the same verb. So what's the subject of this verb? Which. Good. Does that sentence have any more verbs? Is. Right. And what's the subject of is? Deer Lake. Okay, so now we have a sentence with two subjects and two verbs. What does that mean? What do you call the two parts of the sentence? It's called a clause. Clause, right, those were adverb clauses. Good for you. Okay, so a when clause is an adverb clause. An if clause is a conditional adverb clause. These aren't adverb clauses. This is information about the park. What kind of word is park? A noun. What kind of word describes a noun? What kind of word gives information about a noun? If I say, it's a beautiful park. An adjective, that's right. So this clause is called an adjective clause. Exactly, good. So an adjective clause is a group of words in the sentence that has a subject and a verb, and it gives information about a noun. It describes a noun. Just like the word beautiful describes the park. Oh, what's the park like? Oh, it's beautiful. That's an adjective. Where's Deer Lake? It's a park. That's in Burnaby. That's another way you can do it. So you could use that or which. Let's say Lynn Canyon. Okay, so Lynn Canyon is a park. Let's start with the park again. What's the most famous or popular thing in Lynn Canyon Park? The suspension bridge, right. So here we are again. It has a suspension bridge. So how would you connect these two ideas using an adjective clause? Okay, so start from the beginning. Lynn Canyon is a park which has a suspension bridge. So it follows the same pattern because the verb here is has. Right. So Lynn Canyon, where is it? Okay, here you could put this information. Which has a suspension bridge. Remember, both parts have a subject and verb, so both parts must be a clause. But this clause and this clause also make a good sentence. Lynn Canyon is a park. Is that a good sentence? Yeah. So the part that is good by itself, it can be alone as a good sentence. Does it need this part to be a good sentence? Or is it okay alone? Lynn Canyon is a park. Is that a good sentence? Yes. Or Lynn Canyon is a park in North Vancouver. Yes, it's fine alone. So we call it independent. Independent. It can stand alone. So this part is also a clause. It's the main clause or independent clause. And what's the opposite of independent? Dependent. That's right. So, which has a suspension bridge? Is that a good sentence alone? No, because when I see that, I'm thinking, what which? I don't know what it's about. So this part is dependent. It depends on the other clause. It needs the other clause. So an adjective clause is always a dependent clause.